Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Episode 6 already, huh?
Time flies when you're having fun with AI.
That's one way to put it.
Or maybe time flies when AI is learning to tell time.
Okay, maybe a little too early for the AI jokes. But speaking of AI, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Deep dive, you mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For our new listeners, remember you send us the articles, we break them down. This time, it's all about AI and how it's changing, well, pretty much everything.
Yeah, and not just in the way everyone always talks about. We're talking about actual companies using AI right now to do some pretty amazing things.
Exactly. We've got Amazon, Anheuser-Busch, even Starbucks in the mix. And then we'll peek into the future with Google Cloud's 2025 predictions. They've got some seriously cool and maybe slightly scary ideas about where AI is headed.
Definitely some thought-provoking stuff. What's fascinating to me is just how quickly AI is being adopted across industries. It's not just tech companies anymore. It feels like everyone's trying to figure out how to use AI to their advantage.
Right. And one of the big reasons for that, at least from what I've been reading, is cloud computing. It's like cloud computing has made AI a lot more accessible and affordable.
Totally. You don't need to build your own massive data center anymore to get started with AI.
It's like instead of having to buy a whole bakery to bake a cake, you can just order one online.
Huh. I like that analogy. So you get all these ready-made AI solutions tailored for all sorts of business problems, all without having to spend a fortune.
Right. And I think that's a big reason why we're seeing this explosion of AI adoption across industries.
Definitely. The barrier to entry has been lowered significantly. So, ready to jump into some real-world success stories? I'm eager to hear how these companies are actually using AI to make things happen.
Me too. Let's start with well, I guess you could say the king of e-commerce.
Amazon.
You got it. They were early adopters of deep learning all the way back in 2014 for their recommendation engines. And we'll look at them now.
It's crazy how good their recommendations are. Sometimes it feels like they know what I want before I even do.
Right. And then there's Alexa and the Echo devices. They've totally changed how we interact with technology in our homes.
All thanks to AI, specifically natural language processing and speech recognition.
It's pretty impressive. But Amazon's not just using AI for recommendations and voice assistants, right? They're also a major player in cloud services through AWS, which is making these AI solutions available to other companies.
Exactly. They've definitely played a huge role in democratizing access to AI. Okay, ready for a company that you might not immediately associate with AI?
Hit me with it.
Anheuser-Busch InBev.
Wait, the beer company.
So one and only, and they're actually doing some really interesting stuff with AI.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
They're using it for everything from sustainable barley farming to optimizing their supply chain and even improving the beer filtration process.
So AI is helping them brew better beer faster and more sustainably.
Pretty much. And they've got this platform called Smart Barley, which uses AI to help farmers make better decisions about their crops.
Wow, that's really cool. It's like having a virtual brewmaster guiding the entire process.
Right. From barley to beer, AI is involved every step of the way. All right, let's switch gears from beer to coffee. What about Starbucks? What are they up to with AI?
They're all about that personalized experience. They're using AI to analyze data from like millions of transactions.
Trying to figure out customer behavior so they can personalize their marketing and create a more engaging experience.
Exactly. And their rewards program and mobile app, they're like data gathering machines.
Yeah.
All fueled by AI to learn your preferences and, keep you coming back for more.
And don't forget their virtual barista.
Oh, yeah. I haven't actually tried that yet.
It's pretty cool. Uses AI to take your order and answer questions. It's getting better and better at sounding human, too.
AI is definitely making it easier to get your caffeine fix. Okay, next up, a company that's been in the news a lot lately, Twitter. Or I guess I should say X now.
Yeah, the name change has definitely been interesting. But name aside, Twitter or X has always been a platform where things can go viral really quickly. So they've had to get pretty creative with using AI to manage all that content.
Yeah, they've got a huge responsibility to combat hate speech and illegal content while also, trying to improve the user experience.
It's a tough balance to strike, but from what I've read, they're using AI for everything from image cropping and adult content detection to video categorization and, of course, those timeline algorithms.
Yeah, those algorithms can be a bit of a mystery, but they're definitely powered by AI.
Oh, yeah. They're constantly trying to figure out what content to show you based on your interests and, well, who knows what else. It's a bit of a black box, but it's definitely AI at work.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the king of keeping us glued to our screens, Netflix.
Their recommendation engine is legendary. It's like they have a team of tiny AI elves watching everything you watch and then whispering suggestions in your ear.
It's seriously impressive how accurately they can predict what I'll be in the mood for. And it's not just recommendations. They're also using AI to personalize those thumbnails you see, trying to entice you with the perfect image.
And behind the scenes, they're using AI to optimize streaming quality based on your location and internet speed. They're really trying to create the best possible viewing experience.
It's wild. So those are just a few examples of how companies are using AI today. But what about the future? That's where those 2025 predictions from Google Cloud come in. They've identified some pretty interesting trends that could have a big impact on how we live and work.
Yeah, they've got some bold predictions about how AI is going to evolve and change the world. I'm particularly interested in what they have to say about multimodal AI. Have you had a chance to read about that?
I have, and honestly, it's kind of blown my mind. Basically, multimodal AI is all about teaching AI to understand and integrate information from different sources like images, video, audio, and text.
Right. Instead of just analyzing one type of data, AI will be able to combine information from multiple sources to get a more complete and accurate picture. It's like giving AI all five senses.
Exactly, and that opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Absolutely. Think about a doctor being able to use multimodal AI to analyze medical images, patient history, and genetic data all at the same time.
That's a game changer for healthcare.
Totally. And the report mentions some companies already doing cool stuff with multimodal AI. Bayer, for example, is using it for medical image analysis, and Prudential is using it to simplify those super complex medical claim documents.
Okay, so multimodal AI is already making a real-world impact. What else is on Google Cloud's radar for the future of AI?
Well, their next prediction is about AI agents, which are kind of like the next generation of chatbots, but way more sophisticated.
So we're talking about more than just those bots that answer FAQs on websites.
Oh, yeah, way more advanced. These AI agents will be able to handle complex tasks, learn from their interactions, and even collaborate with each other. We're moving from simple question and answer systems to AI that can manage entire workflows and processes.
Whoa, now that's impressive. So are there companies already using these superpowered AI agents?
Actually, yes. The report mentions Woolworths, a major retailer in Australia, using AI agents to boost employee productivity, and Elanco, a leader in animal health, is using AI agents to support critical business processes, which has led to some significant cost savings.
It's like having a team of AI assistants working behind the scenes to make everything run smoother.
Exactly. And it's only going to get more sophisticated from here.
This is getting really exciting. What's the next AI trend we should be watching for?
Well, Google Cloud predicts that AI is going to revolutionize search as we know it. They call it AI-powered search, and it's all about making search more intuitive, contextual, and personalized.
So no more sifting through pages of irrelevant search results. Sign me up.
Exactly. Imagine being able to ask a question in natural language and have the AI not only find the right information, but also synthesize it and present it in a way that's easy to understand.
That sounds amazing. What kind of impact will this have on businesses, do you think?
Well, for one thing, it'll make it much easier for employees to find the information they need to do their jobs effectively. We're talking faster access to data, more advanced search capabilities, and deeper AI-powered insights.
It's not just about finding information. It's about making information more accessible and actionable.
Exactly. And the report gives some examples of companies already experimenting with AI-powered search. Snap is using AI for their chatbot, and Suzano, a global pulp and paper company, is using AI for data access.
This is really cool stuff. Okay, I'm ready for the next prediction. What else does Google Cloud see on the horizon for AI?
Their next prediction focuses on AI's impact on the customer experience. They believe that AI will soon be able to anticipate our needs and provide solutions even before we realize we need them.
Whoa, so it's like AI is becoming our personal concierge, predicting what we want and making it happen seamlessly.
Pretty much. Imagine virtual customer service agents that are incredibly empathetic and responsive, or marketing that is so personalized it feels like it was curated just for you.
It's both amazing and a little bit creepy, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a fine line there. But some companies are already doing some really impressive things with AI-powered customer experiences.
Like who?
The report mentions Alaska Airlines using AI to help customers plan trips more easily. And Notco, a plant-based food company, uses AI to power their chatbot, which provides 247 customer support and personalized recommendations.
I love how companies are using AI to make things easier and more convenient for customers. It's a win-win. Okay, we've covered 4 of Google Cloud's predictions so far: multimodal AI, AI agents, AI-powered search, and AI-powered customer experience. What's the final prediction?
The last one focuses on security and privacy, which is becoming even more important as our world becomes increasingly digital. They're calling it security gets tighter and tougher with AI.
It makes sense. With all these advances in technology, cyber attacks are getting more sophisticated, and we need to stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. And AI is becoming an essential tool in the fight against cybercrime.
So how is AI being used to improve security exactly?
The report highlights several use cases, like using AI to create security rules, simulate attacks to test defenses, and detect compliance violations. AI can also help automate a lot of those tedious security tasks, freeing up security teams to focus on more strategic initiatives.
So AI is helping companies be more proactive about security, rather than just reacting to threats after they've happened.
Exactly. AI-powered security systems can analyze massive amounts of data to identify patterns and anomalies that might indicate a potential attack. This allows security teams to be more proactive in their approach to cybersecurity, stopping threats before they can cause major damage.
It's like having an AI bodyguard protecting our data 24/7.
That's a great way to put it. And the report highlights some companies already using AI to enhance their security posture. Bayer, for example, is leveraging Google Cloud to support threat identification and ensure compliance with strict security standards.
That's great to hear. Any other examples?
Another impressive example is Apex FinTech, which has significantly accelerated their threat detection capabilities using AI. The report states that they've reduced the time it takes to identify and respond to threats from hours to mere seconds, which is mind-blowing. They're using Google's Security Operations Suite to accomplish this.
From hours to seconds. That's incredible. It really highlights the speed and efficiency that AI brings to the table when it comes to security.
Definitely. And it's not just large enterprises that are benefiting from AI-powered security. The report also mentions One NZ, a telecommunications company in New Zealand that is integrating AI capabilities from Google security operations into their systems to predict, prepare for, and address security risks faster. So AI is helping companies of all sizes to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to cybersecurity threats.
That's good news. It sounds like AI is really starting to make a difference in the fight against cybercrime.
It is, and as AI continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications of AI in the security space. It's an exciting time to be working in cybersecurity.
All right, so we've covered all 5 of Google Cloud's key AI predictions for 2025: multimodal AI, AI agents, AI-powered search, AI-powered customer experience, and tighter security with AI. It's clear that AI is rapidly changing the business landscape across all industries. It's not just a buzzword anymore. It's a powerful tool that's here to stay.
And it's not just about businesses. AI has the potential to revolutionize so many aspects of our lives: healthcare, education, transportation, you name it. It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to think about all the possibilities, both positive and negative.
It's definitely a lot to unpack. Before we dive deeper into those ethical considerations and potential challenges, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment to continue our exploration of AI and what it means for the future.
And we're back. We were just talking about all those awesome examples of AI in action. Like, did you ever think you'd see AI optimizing barley farming?
It's pretty amazing to see how AI is being used in such diverse ways. And
Mhm.
one of the things we touched on earlier that I think is really important is the role of cloud computing in making AI more accessible.
Yeah, it's a total game changer. It's like AI went from being this exclusive club for tech giants to something anyone can use.
Exactly. Before cloud computing, if you wanted to do anything serious with AI, you needed to invest in a ton of expensive hardware and infrastructure.
Yeah, it was like trying to build your own spaceship just to fly to the moon.
Uh-huh. Great analogy. But now with cloud-based solutions, you can basically rent the computing power and AI tools you need on demand.
It's like instead of buying a car, you can just use a ride-sharing app when you need to get somewhere. Exactly. And that makes it so much more affordable and accessible for companies of all sizes.
So instead of needing to be a billionaire to play with AI, you can just be like a regular person with a good idea and a laptop.
Pretty much. And there's another big factor driving the shift towards more accessible AI:
What's that?
the rise of user-friendly platforms and tools. There are so many companies out there developing AI solutions that are designed for business users, not just hardcore data scientists.
So you don't need a PhD in machine learning to build an AI-powered app.
Not anymore. There are lots of platforms that allow you to build and deploy AI models without writing a single line of code. It's pretty amazing how easy it's become.
It's like those meal kit services that send you all the ingredients prepped and ready to go. You
Yeah.
don't need to be a master chef to cook a delicious meal.
I love that analogy. And this democratization of AI is really exciting because it means that more people can benefit from this powerful technology.
I totally agree. Okay, now that we've talked about why AI is becoming more accessible, let's get back to those 2025 predictions from Google Cloud. We were just talking about AI-powered customer experiences, and I'm really curious about their other predictions.
Well, their next prediction is all about security and privacy, which is becoming more and more important as our world becomes increasingly digital.
It's definitely something we all need to be thinking about. It feels like there's a new data breach in the news every week.
Yeah, it's a constant battle, but the good news is that AI is becoming a powerful weapon in the fight against cybercrime.
Okay, tell me more. How exactly is AI being used to improve security?
Well, for one thing, AI can analyze massive amounts of data to identify patterns and anomalies that might indicate a potential attack.
So it's like having an AI detective on the case, looking for clues that humans might miss.
That's a great way to put it. And this can help security teams be more proactive about preventing attacks rather than just reacting to them after the fact.
That makes a lot of sense. It's always better to prevent a fire than to try to put it out after it's already started. Are there any other ways AI is being used for security?
Absolutely. AI can also be used to automate a lot of those tedious security tasks that security professionals have to do.
Like what kind of tasks?
Things like monitoring logs, analyzing network traffic, and identifying potential vulnerabilities. By automating these tasks, security teams can free up more time to focus on more strategic initiatives.
It's like giving them an extra set of hands or maybe even an extra brain.
Exactly. And Google Cloud predicts that this trend of using AI for security is only going to accelerate in the coming years. They believe that AI will become an essential tool in every security professional's toolkit.
I'm curious about how companies are actually using AI for security right now. Any interesting examples from the report?
Yes, actually, they mention Bayer, which is using Google Cloud to help identify security threats and ensure compliance with strict security standards.
That sounds like a pretty comprehensive approach to security.
It is, and they're not alone. Another impressive example is Apex FinTech, a company that's using AI to accelerate threat detection. They've actually managed to reduce the time it takes to identify and respond to threats from hours to just seconds.
Wait, what? From hours to seconds? That's incredible.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. They're using Google's Security Operations Suite to achieve this. And it's a great example of how AI can really make a difference in cybersecurity.
That's amazing. It sounds like AI is giving security professionals a superpower.
I think that's a fair assessment. And the best part is that it's not just large enterprises that can benefit from AI-powered security. Smaller companies can access these solutions too, thanks to cloud computing.
That's great news. It means that everyone can benefit from the added protection that AI can provide.
Exactly. And as AI continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications of AI in the security space. It's an exciting time to be working in cybersecurity.
All right, so we've covered all 5 of Google Cloud's key AI predictions for 2025. It seems pretty clear that AI is rapidly changing the business landscape. And it's not just about businesses either. AI is already having a big impact on our everyday lives, and that's only going to increase in the coming years.
It's a really exciting time to be alive, but it's also important to be aware of the potential risks and challenges associated with AI as it becomes more powerful and pervasive.
Yeah, that's a great point. We need to be thoughtful about how we develop and use AI to make sure it benefits humanity as a whole.
I completely agree.
Well, in the next and final part of our deep dive, let's talk about those potential risks and challenges. We'll also explore what we can do to make sure AI is used for good. And we're back for the final part of our AI deep dive. It's been quite a journey exploring how AI is transforming the world from barley farms to, well, maybe even the future of cybersecurity.
Yeah, AI is popping up everywhere these days. It's really remarkable.
Yeah, totally. But before we get too caught up in all the excitement, let's take a step back and talk about some of the potential risks and challenges of this powerful technology.
Yeah, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Yeah.
There are definitely some important considerations to keep in mind as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
Right. In the last part, we touched on things like job displacement and the possibility of AI being misused, which are both pretty big concerns. What are some other things we should be thinking about?
Well, one that comes to mind is the issue of transparency and explainability. As AI systems become more complex, it can be hard to understand how they're making decisions.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like if an AI is making decisions that affect our lives, shouldn't we at least be able to understand why it's making those decisions?
Exactly. And this lack of transparency can lead to mistrust and make it difficult to identify and address potential biases or errors in AI systems.
So it's not just about making sure AI is doing the right thing. It's also about understanding how it's doing it.
Precisely. That's why a lot of researchers and developers are working on making AI more transparent and explainable. It's a really important area of research.
Makes sense. So transparency is one challenge. What else should we be thinking about?
Another big one is data privacy and security. AI systems need a lot of data to function, which means we need to be very careful about how that data is collected, stored, and used.
Yeah, data breaches and privacy violations seem to be happening all the time these days.
Hmm.
It's a little scary to think about what could happen if sensitive personal data falls into the wrong hands.
Absolutely. And that's why strong data protection laws and regulations are so important. We need to make sure that AI is developed and used in a way that respects people's privacy and autonomy.
Right. It sounds like there's a lot to consider as AI becomes more powerful and pervasive.
Definitely. It's not just a technological challenge, it's a societal one.
Well said. It seems like we need a multi-pronged approach to address these challenges, involving everyone from AI developers and researchers to policymakers and, well, everyday people like us.
I completely agree. We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI and making sure it's used for good.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive into the world of AI. I feel like we've covered so much ground, from real-world applications to future trends and even some of the ethical considerations.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation. I always learn so much from these deep dives.
Me too. And a huge thanks to our listeners for joining us on this journey.
Yes, thank you for listening. We hope you found this exploration of AI insightful and engaging.
And as we wrap up episode 6 of the AI NW podcast, we want to remind you that you can find links to our Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee pages in the episode description.
Your support really helps us create more of this in-depth content and keep the AI NW podcast going.
We really appreciate it. And as always, if you have any articles or topics you'd like us to explore in a future deep dive, just send them our way.
We're always looking for interesting new stuff to dive into.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.